How I struggle every moment of my life. It's incredible. Like, here it is, the Sabbath. And I've lost my cat, Ben. The screen of the window somehow was loosened from the outside. And he's never been outside. He was born on the 13th of September, as were the other kittens. And he ventured out. By the time I closed the window, so the others would not get out, and get outside to that window, he was so frightened. So he ran. He's a kitten, but he's huge. And that happened 2.5 hours ago. I've walked all over the place calling his name. And for 20 minutes he was responding like he does in here when I call his name. And then everything stopped. So, of course I've prayed. That the Lord be merciful and protect him and bring him back. You know, one thing about Ben is he loved his food. So I put tuna cans all over the place outside. And hopefully he finds his way home. But as I was searching for him, I was thinking about the Lord will leave 99 sheep behind to go look for one, just one, lost one. And I know that feeling. You've lost one of your loved ones has strayed. I'm sure that that the Lord is much better at finding than I am right now. Okay, Maggie, come here, sweetheart. Okay. You know, the thing about this neighborhood that I live in is that Saturday is the time to, to rev their cars, to rev their big trucks, and their big motorcycles. And nobody drives sanely around this area, not on the weekend. So they all express their ego, with the motor of their vehicles. No, in 2009 I had a vision of the Lord that disturbed me so much that by the time I woke up in the morning, I was sure that it was going to happen that day. I was so sure. And that was in 2009. And, of course, it has not happened yet. It doesn't mean it won't. But in this vision, I was with the Lord. And we were overlooking a map. And he put out his hands like this in front of the map. You know. And he said, this portion I will not show you because it is too terrible. So this portion of the road of my life, he will not show because it is too terrible. So when the Lord says the word terrible, he means terrible. Not as when we say the word terrible and horrible, but when he says terrible, he means terrible. When the Lord speaks, his words are life. They are alive. He presents his word to you living, live, alive. And when he speaks something to you, it's alive. It's not like you're hearing me today. And that is what is so disturbing, that his word is alive. It's not disturbing as to like, okay, well this is, but it's disturbing when you hear the Lord speak his truth. So I don't know what this means, that this will not be shown to me. Does it mean it will not be shown to me prior to it happening? Or does it mean that I will not see it at all? I have no idea. But I know the vision disturbed me so much that, you know, that I could not sleep. And I could not sleep because I was certain that this was going to occur, like right there, right then, that day. And of course it has not yet manifested itself. And I wonder if when we go through certain periods in our lives, if we will truly recognize where we are at. Or somehow these things will be blinded from us. So, who knows? There's been a lot that's happened this week. It is 6 days today after the Pentecost of 2012. And there's been so much horrific events, you know, disturbing events that has happened on the face of the earth. In the United States, in Canada, in Europe, and I will not mention them all by name because they are too plentiful. So, there was other things I wanted to speak to you about. There has been a few YouTube channels that have either been closed by themselves or been forced to be closed or whatever has been happening there. I don't know. But like Grace Explosion apparently has been detained in a mental institution. And Sean something or another that called himself Joseph, her Joseph, which is kind of a loving thing, you know. But he's on the run. And Mama Cass, 102W or W102 or something like that, she's decided to not close her channel, but not to communicate for at least 30 days. So I don't know if this was a planned thing, you know. It could have been between and amongst themselves. We'll do this and see how this plays out with people. You know, there are so many snares, so many webs that a spider, you know, weaves. So I'm not going to pronounce myself on anything like that because I don't know. Some people may say, oh, this is that, because we know for sure. But until I see proof, I always take the position that I don't know. Oh, and by the way, this way, yes, this way, no, this way. What you see there behind me is a telescope, because I love to look and bring forward to me, you know, stars and planets and stuff like that. Because I like to look at the creations of God. So, that is what that is, in case you wonder. Never be too careful. Anyways, there's another thing that is quite important that I want to relate to you, and that is that, you know, some of us have been taken out of the system, if you want, the system of churches and stuff like that. I've been taken out of that quite a while ago. And it was shown to me. I stood by a river, and it was a dirty river. You know, the water was dirty and murky and cloudy and muddy. And there were many people standing in there. You know, it was not a deep type of river. But they were standing in there. And everybody in there kind of loved themselves and each other. And I was standing on the edge of this river, and as I was seeing this, and I had a white towel with me. And the Lord spoke to me, and He said, "Would you wash your body in this water and wipe it clean, you know, with this clean white towel that I've given you?" And I did not answer, but I watched. And downstream from this river was kind of a turbine. It was a rotating thing, a crushing thing. I don't know what it was, but some people were picked up by the current and pushed forward towards this machine that would crush them. But where most people were standing, they could not see that thing in front there. But I could see it from where I was. And they like, I saw a woman who was, you know, carried away by the current of this muddy, yucky river. And this man came and picked her up, and he held her in his arms so lovingly and carried her back with the other people that were standing there in the river and deposited her there again. I mean, it was all done in love, but he never knew or was able to take her out from that river, from that stream. And so, sorry about that. I forget that my computer has only a screen limit time of 15 minutes. So anyways, and this is what happens now in the churches, is that no one knows to take those people, I mean, whether it be a pastor or anyone else, to actually take the people that are in there out, completely out, and on the, on the rim of the river. And nobody could, because only Jesus Christ can do that. And give you the clean towel, the clean white towel, the clean garments, the white linen, if you want. But the people that are in there don't know what's in front. If they could see that far ahead, they would probably rush to the shores and get out. But they can't. They are in there. So one after another, one is carried away by the current, somebody goes there, and some goes right through that turban or whatever it is at the end, that crusher. But, someone goes back and picks it up and picks that person up and brings him back into that murky, terrible water. All in love. It was a loving thing. With so much love. But they don't have the knowledge or the ability or the wisdom to actually remove that individual from there. Because they are there, in there themselves. You see. And there is another thing I can relate to you about the system of the churches in this world today. I had a vision where, I came to this beautiful, it was absolutely gorgeous, pyramid shape structure. All the stones were, measured and beautifully done, and it was tall, and right from the top of this was a little stream that was coming down, very, very small, and was just trickling at the bottom. And, it was something to be admired but definitely man-built, okay? And very beautifully hewn stones. And at the bottom of this was another big stone, and I came about and I sat on there. And when I sat on that stone, I realized that many, many, many children of God had been sacrificed on that stone. And so I walked away. But that was guarded by vicious dogs, sick, vicious dogs. They were sick, these animals. And they were very terribly dangerous, if you want. They were sick, though. The whole structure was guarded by these dogs. I thought to myself, well, I'm not going there. I'm certainly not going there. So, and I will just not approach these dogs. And that little stream, that little trickle of water that was coming down from the top of the structure. So I walked away, and as I walked away, I saw the most beautiful mountain. And I knew it was Mount Zion. And right on top of Mount Zion was a gushing, strong, full, beautiful, gorgeous torrents of water that was coming down from there. And that is the Spirit of the Lord. So we can compare. It's sad. Like I started off saying in the beginning of this recording, I am very sad and very disturbed by all I see happening all around me. If there is one thing that I would love, is to see Satan bound for 1,000 years. You know, be done with him and his lies and his destruction and his murders. Anyways, if you hear this, my cat's name is Ben. He's just a kitten. And I love him so much. And I know that the world is not, it's not a good place. There's a terrible world out there. And I'm so frightened for him. Please pray for my cat. That the Lord may bring him back to me, because I'll take care of him. I had no idea that screen was coming apart from the outside, you know. No idea. No idea. Until I saw him get out. I love you, people. If only you understood. Like I said to my daughter just a few minutes ago, if only you understood how much Satan has desired to sift you as wheat. If only you can understand that. I will pray for you guys. Amen.